Welcome to the Land Doctor's latest listing, Canadian River Ranch. Over the years, the Land Doctors have seen a lot of land, and because of that, it takes a lot to leave us awestruck. In a few special spots, nature makes us feel small, and most of those places are national parks. Another one of those locations is the Land Doctor's latest listing, the South Canadian River Ranch. This 11,084-acre ranch is a diverse, contiguous block of land with no public roads that run through it. Just viewing the property is a true expedition, as you can spend the entire day riding trails and never see it all. To put it in a slightly different context, it's over 17 square miles in size. If you looked at 1,000 acres an hour, it would take 11 hours just to drive through it. As such, this ranch gives us an insight into what life must have been like a century or two ago before everything was broken up and fenced off. It'll make you check your fuel gauge twice and pack a lunch before you head out, and it's one of those rare places where you can look in every direction as far as you can see, and it still all belongs to you. This place hasn't been fully tamed yet, so it still has a wild edge to it that makes you feel fully awake and aware of your surroundings when you're on the land. In addition, it's as close to true isolation as you can get in a location that's only an hour from Tulsa, 90 minutes from OKC, and 3 hours from Dallas straight up Highway 75 and the Indian Turnpike. If you have an aircraft, it's an even shorter trip, as the ranch has a 3,000-foot by 40-foot wide FAA-registered runway marked FAA OK04. As a state, Oklahoma has 11 distinct ecological regions, and this ranch feels like it has every one of them. The ranch exhibits a tremendous amount of diversity, from the huge hardwoods and towering short-leaf pines along the creeks, and the tall grass meadows in the openings, to post oaks and blackjacks on the ridges. 3 beautiful creeks drain into the North Canadian River as it runs along the northern boundary of the property, and parts of the ranch have a western feel, with huge views across wide grassy valleys to distant slopes that feature a scattering of lonely trees on the point of a ridge. Other portions feel like the deep south, with huge hardwoods and beautiful creeks, but turn a corner and a distant pasture will remind you of the plains. In short, it never gets boring. Approximately 31.5 miles of high fence provide a secure property boundary, and there's some cross-fencing in the pastures. Outside of that, there are miles and miles of trails through the vast tracts of timbered hills unencumbered by any man-made barriers. The north boundary of the property features approximately 1.5 miles of North Canadian River frontage just 10 miles upstream of Lake Eufaula. This would serve as the perfect spot to begin a day-long float trip, and the entire 4-mile length of Piney Creek is also located on the ranch. Limbo Creek weaves on and off the property with over 4.5 miles running through the ranch, and Shell Creek also starts on the ranch and runs through it for 1.3 miles. You'll find Wallace Creek running to the south of the ranch, while Gar Creek cuts across the northeast corner. A peak in the center of the property stands at almost 1,000 feet, and from there the land drops off 300 feet in elevation change as it slopes north to the river. The views are captivating in the daytime and unbelievable at night, as the Milky Way is clearly visible without the interference of urban lights. Ancient petroglyphs are known to be along the creeks, and we will be seeking them out more this fall. The next owner will not be the first steward owner attempting to wrangle this land. The Cornar Hawkins Mansion stands at the precipice of a tall ridge overlooking the valley below. As you walk out on the top balcony and take in the scene before you, you can imagine the ambition of the family that built this impressive home out of Oklahoma sandstone in 1934. The next owner will likely be a person who has overcome many difficult obstacles in life to realize great achievements. The revival and management of this property will add to that legacy and serve as a capstone project, leaving a long-lasting mark on this historic property. In addition, the adjacent High Point Ranch has also been listed by the Land Doctors. This property consists of 2,070 acres of productive cattle pasture. Together, both of these ranches would offer over 13,000 acres of high-fence paradise. If you have any questions or like to discuss this property, please call Kelly Hurt at area code 580-421-7512. Check out this listing and all of our other beautiful listings at landdoctors.com, or drop Kelly a line at kelly@landdoctors.com. Thanks for stopping by.